Today, we are about to break down a live appointment setting call, or one of the appointment setters that I came across on YouTube, and I would tell you all the things that he did good and all the things that he could improve. So it doesn't matter if you are a beginner setter or if you are an experienced setter or somewhere in the middle, this video is about to be total gold for you. And with that being said, let's get to the video.
Hey, what's going on, man? This is Chris. I'm one of the executives here with the sales guys. It looks like not too long ago you submitted an application about getting into high-ticket sales.
Tonality is good. Gotta give him that.
Yeah. Okay, cool, man. Well, I mean, just I don't waste a lot of your time, and I know you're at work.
Yeah, so just so I don't waste a lot of your time isn't the best way to kind of go about it because it lowers your status. I wouldn't say that. I would just kind of straight get into it.
What was the whole in town about, like, actually trying to get into the industry?
Good tonality.
Trying to make some more money. What have you seen exactly that makes you feel like you might not have enough money?
Yeah, so this is the same thing that I saw the other day, and I made a review about it on a Instagram reel. But you don't want to assume that they don't have enough money based off of that statement of them saying I want to make more money, because if you go off that harshly, first of all, you got to understand that finances is a personal topic and you are a complete stranger to them. So if you go ahead and start with that, that is going to create a lot of sales resistance, and they're going to be like, no, I have enough money. Like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? And you don't want to give off that energy. So what I would have done is kind of go back into his current situation. Be like, awesome, like tons of people that reach out to us, most of them do want to make more money. Like, that is the main motivation. And I guess, like, are you already in sales, or what is it that you do? Boom, get into the current situation.
No, I do. I just, sometimes the little extra cash doesn't hurt. No, right.
Yeah, so he already messed up there, but he could have recovered from that if he did not become a yes man. Now, what is a yes man? Yes man is someone that says yes to everything. He's like, for example, he said, no, right, of course that makes sense. Him making some extra money, but him saying, no, I have more than enough, it doesn't make sense. It's a conflict, right? He has money, he also wants to make more. Like, what the fuck is happening? So even saying something like, of course, man, but I'm sure, you're not just opting into random websites and giving you information just because you want to make some extra money. I guess, like, what's really causing you to get into high-ticket sales? So again, there are tons of ways to go about it, but again, the best way to kind of go about this is start with their current situation first.
So since it's not really much of a money issue, would you say that's more of like you would want to have more time for yourself and your family?
Okay. One thing that I want to say, kudos to this guy, bro. He is doing hand movements, he's doing facial expressions, and those things do affect your tonality. So if you don't know how to be more curious, what I would suggest, make that expression, which is, how does that work? Right? So curiosity. If you want to sound more energetic, just make an energetic face, right? Just do more hand movements. And that is one way you can actually improve your tonality. This guy is doing that, so kudos to him. But the thing about him is he is making the situation worse for him step by step. For example, he started with financing, assuming that this guy doesn't have enough money. That created sales resistance. Boom, he said, I want to make more money. And now he is like, oh, of course. So you want to do this because you want more time with your family? Where did that come from? Right? That is what happens when you learn a script and you learn the different stages of a script and a framework, but you don't understand the intention behind it. You want to get all that information. You want them to say, like, hey, I want to spend more time with their family, but they should be the ones saying that because it's pain and desire. You shouldn't be the one that's assuming all that. Hope that makes sense. So you should be asking them a question that brings them to the conclusion themselves. The way I would have done it is, you saw with your current situation, as I said, are you like already in sales, or what is it that you do? Oh no, I'm actually working at a pharmacy. Pretty cool, man. And I guess, like, how long you've been working there for about 7 years? Pretty awesome, man. And I guess, like when did you start looking into something else like high-ticket sales? When did that happen? About 4 years ago. So it's been a while. And I guess, like, did something happen in specific, or did things build up and you were like, I want a different source of income? Oh no, nothing happened in specific. I just wanted some extra income. Pretty cool, man. So I guess, like, that goal of yours to gain some extra income, I guess, like, what have you done over the last 4 years to actually achieve that? Oh, I've done nothing. Oh, why though? Oh, because of, X, Y, and Z reasons. Well, sure, man. And then, by the way, it's like, why though? They would give you a reason. Oh, because I didn't have enough time. Oh, because I didn't have enough money. Oh, because I didn't have this, or I didn't have that. I didn't have knowledge. You know what you do? You eliminate that. What you say is, of course, man, but would you agree that there are people that don't have enough time? Maybe even lesser than you, but they still make it happen for themselves? You would be like, yes, of course there are people. And then you would be like, of course, man. So I guess like, why were you not able to do it? So the first time you ask why you haven't been able to do it, they give you a bullshit response. You kick that. Your bullshit radar is on. You kick that out of the way by saying, do you believe that other people were able to do it? They say yes. Then you ask why, and they give you a real reason. And then you would proceed to ask them about. They would give you the real reason, and then you would be like, for sure, man. And I guess like, what's the end goal with this, right? Do you, of course, you said you want to make some extra income, but you want to like replace your job with this down the line, because that's what majority of the people do. Like, yeah, I do want to replace my job. Okay, how long have you been thinking about replacing your job for? Oh, it's been about 4 years as well. Pretty awesome, man. And I guess like when what's causing you to get out of your job after 7 years? Oh, I'm not able to spend enough time with my family. Boom. You see, eventually you're gonna get there if you just have patience and you understand the framework a bit better.
Okay.
By the way, this is this is the first time I'm reviewing this. I've not gone over this.
What do you actually spend out? 50 hours a week. Oh shit. Okay, so that's definitely above the average amount for sure. Well, what do you currently do, man?
I do drywall and metal brake.
Oh, I see. And how's that going for you?
It's going good.
That's good. Like, how much are you making in there?
I don't know what to say. So he, like, for example, what do you do for work? Oh, I work at drywall and stuff like that. Pretty awesome. And how long you been doing that for? For about 7 years. See, say, get more information about this thing. But you know what he said? Oh, how do you like it? You know the reason he asked that question? Let me explain this. Because he knows that he needs pain out of the prospect. That's all he understands. And he's hunting for pain. You don't have to hunt for pain. You just got to be smooth enough with it to a point where you get all the pain yourself. They give you all the pain. You need that smoothness in your conversation. And that is what we teach in 10-based setting. And 10-based setting is all about having that smoothness in your conversations by understanding the framework of sales and the psychology behind these questions. Right? So far, this guy is just kind of free. Like, this guy understands the framework, but is he really smooth with it? Is he like super good with it? Nah. He is at this point 2 out of 10. But good tonality though. How much are you making in there? You don't want to ask that. One of the best way I go about it is figure out their goal. So I guess like what sort of income do you want to get out of something like high ticket sales? Oh, I want to make 7K a month. Pretty cool, man. And how far away are you from that? Oh, I'm at 3K. Awesome, man. So you make about 3K a month with your job? So you double confirm. They're like, yeah. Or they would say, no, I make about like 2.2K. Awesome, man. And then you move to the next step. And then how do you qualify them? Through indicators. If it's a young dude living with his parents, doesn't have any expense, no insurance, no loans, nothing, and he is making like 2K a month, he probably can invest 1K a month. But if it's a father of 7, he's mentioned debts and loans like 10 times already within the conversation, living paycheck to paycheck, even if he's making 20K a month, you gotta financially qualify him. Hope that makes sense.
Right now, I had to come work at a company that's not paying much bills. I mean, work is low down where we're at, so we're just waiting for it to pick up.
See, now he's given the pain. Right? So good job. This is what you gotta do. You gotta have them tell you the reason.
Work is slow down where we're at.
Work is slow?
So we're just waiting for it to pick up.
Is this like a...
Yes. Yeah. So my next question is, oh shit. And I guess like, how long has it been since the work has been slow? For 4 months? Gotcha, man. And how long you been working there for? For about 7 years now? Gotcha. And is that something that happens every single year where the work slows down? Oh yeah, it does happen. For how many months? For about 6 months. Huh. So I guess like what do you do during those 6 months to make sure that you make good income and supplement for your income? Oh, I do nothing. Oh, why is that? Right? So that would have been an entire beautiful conversation.
There's no type of job or like all year round?
It's just right now they got slow, so just waiting for it to pick up again and move to a different company where I get paid a little more.
So you said 2 things: moving to a different company, waiting for this to pick up. So I would have said, so again, bro, it seems like you're on page 7, I'm on page 1, right? So you said you are waiting for the work to pick up, but you also said you want to join a different company. So I guess like which one of those is what you're looking at? And boom, because again, that's a conflict. Like what the fuck do you want?
Oh, I see. Well, what exactly would you like to do with your life?
Another thing that this guy is doing is he is following a how do I explain this? The way sales call go, they're not vertical. So a lot of people would explain it, oh, you find pain, go vertical, dig deep. No. It's almost like this, a slate. You start with your current situation and the entire conversation goes deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, but in a slate, like on like a slide, and then you get the book in. This guy is booking calls like this. One question, second question, third question, fourth question, fifth question. He's getting no pain. He doesn't understand the flow. It's kind of messing up. He's just depending on random ass questions.
To build my own drywall company.
With us, we could definitely help you out with like the sales portion of it, because obviously a business only runs when there's like sales. So we could definitely help you out with developing that skill set, help you grow the business for the future, of course.
Well, that's my end goal too, to make that extra cash so I could get all my license that I need and get that drywall license so I can start my own.
Yeah. By the way, this guy is way too sweet. This guy is way too sweet. The setter. He is way too of a yes man. And what I'm about to tell you might make sense to some of you that are experienced, but to beginners, it might not make a lot of sense. And that is, you gotta be a bit of an asshole. You cannot be too sweet on these sales calls or on these appointment setting calls. Because if you're too sweet, then they can play around with you. This guy, the prospect, is a fucking bullshitter. He said he's making enough money, and then he said it's a slow season. What the fuck is happening? So he said, I'm not getting paid much. He said, I have money. This guy also said that he wants to launch his own company. He also wants to get into high-ticket sales. He want to wait for his company to pick up, but he also wants to find a new company. All of these things is what I call bullshit. I don't let them get away with weak language, right? So I would hold him accountable. I would be like, for sure, man. So I guess like if you, for example, he said he's money, right? So I would have said, of course, man. And I guess like early in a conversation, you said you do have money, and now you're saying they're paying you less. So I guess like what exactly is happening? Don't let them go. They should look up to you as an authority. The conversation should be a bit uncomfortable where they have to give you responses and they're opening up, because that is how sales work. Don't be a yes man. Don't be too sweet.
Company and slowly build, get bigger from there.
Oh, I see.
That's my end goal.
Cool, man. So I guess like where does high-ticket sales come in place with all this? If you already have plans to start a business, it's a pretty simple question.
What would that do for you and like your family?
Because now, see, if you come to me to learn setting and sales, and I focus on what would becoming a coach do for you, because that's your end goal, that shit doesn't matter. Boom, get out of the way. What can sales do for you? You see what I'm saying? Focus on what can actually move the needle in this conversation. That is focusing on what sales can do for the guy, not what X, Y, and Z can do for the guy. Hope that makes sense.
That means I don't have to bust my ass anymore working 12 hours a day, 50 hours a week.
So what would happen if
I mean, what's so bad about it? Right? So, for example, see, this guy missed out, because if he would have asked how long you've been doing this for, he would have said about 7 years. I would have said, for sure, man. And I guess like, what's so bad about working 50 hours a day, or 12 hours a day? You've been doing it for 7 years now. You see? What's so bad about it? I mean, you've been doing it for 7 years. For 7 years, it was pretty okay. Why does it have to be a negative thing? He's gonna give you more pain on the reasonings of why it's not sustainable anymore. Does that make sense? Awesome.
like that didn't happen for you, bro?
Oh, well, I'll find another way.
Another way?
Just work harder and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see, he didn't even get the idea of how long has he been looking for a solution and what has he done to actually fix it? Because if he has been looking for a solution for 3 years and he says, I will look for another way, I would say, can I stop you there for a minute? I would have said yes. I would have said, hey man, I don't mean to be an asshole. I don't mean to be rude with you. But you've been in the same exact situation for 3 years. For 3 years. 36 months. The work slows down, you're not making money, you're working 50 hours a week, you're unable to spend time with your family. So help me understand, why should I believe that perhaps you will look for other ways? Because for 3 years you've been in the same exact situation. Would you agree or not? You would say, yes, I agree. Like, exactly, man. So I guess like what makes this time any different with high ticket sales? Do you see? Such a good conversation.
Get it off the ground on my own,
Right. Now let's say like obviously if
On his own is an objection, by the way. Do you see? Probably you missed it. This guy missed it. Oh, I can build it off the ground on my own. You cannot do shit on your own. If you could do shit on your own, you wouldn't be on this call. That's an objection. You got to get it away.
you didn't make that happen, I mean, is that really the type of life that you'd be like willing to settle for, or would you find a way to just make it happen regardless?
Do you see? Now he's forcibly trying to get urgency out of the guy to be like, no, I would do this, I would do this, I would do this. Guys, let me explain this. And this is going to be the absolute best advice that I can give you with sales. And that is, there has to be a story behind the questions that you ask. For example, if I say, don't give up. Guys, don't give up. That doesn't have the sort of impact as it would have if I say, I got started in sales in 2020. I couldn't make it happen for a long time. Then I joined a company, Kevin David. I became a setter manager for them, and they were doing about $2 million a month. Then after that, I worked with Matt's agency. I worked with Mike Sancho. I worked with a lot of other 8-figure coaches. I went from making $70 a month to making $10K to $16K to $20K a month as an appointment setter. And the biggest thing that helped me throughout all of that was the fact that I did not give up. So one thing that I can tell you is don't give up even if things seem difficult. Do you see? It's the same sentence, which is do not give up, but it holds more value because there's a story behind it. So these questions that you ask, for example, if you could achieve that, what would that do for you? Has that had an impact on you? Why now though? What happens if you don't change? All of these questions are fucking beautiful, but they would only work and kind of get you the responses that you want if there's a story behind it, if there's context behind it, if there's a good fucking conversation behind it. If you ask it randomly out of the blue for the sake of asking that question like this guy, you wouldn't be able to get good responses, and that is the reality. Hope that makes sense.
I'd find a way to make it happen.
See? I found a way to make it happen.
Just to make sure that we could actually like help you out with this, like I want to set you up an appointment with.
Okay, what are you setting the appointment off? How are you basing it off? What are you basing it off of? There is nothing in this conversation that gives me a hint that this guy should be a close and should be a set. The reason I tell you this, guys, my students have a fucking 50 to 70% close rate. So you cannot argue with me on this because I know my shit. I've been in the sales space for 6 years. This shouldn't be a set. There's nothing about this conversation that should be a set. This shit is a hit or a miss. This is what setters do, and that is the reason why they're on 2K a month. If you would have good fucking conversation with them, by the time they practically beg you to book a call with you guys, you would out-earn the closers. So again, guys, I don't want to go into much details, but I feel like I gave you a lot of value. I kept this video super raw because I was reviewing this live with you for the first time. And I really hope you take everything that I gave you. You go ahead and apply it, and then you see the results for yourself. And if you want more videos like this, do let me know.